Hey guys, look what I got. That's right, I got the FMS Pitts. This is the 1400mm Pitts V2. And in this video, we're going to unbox it. We're going to take a look at all the parts and pieces. And then at the end, we're going to wrap things up with our pros and cons. Coming up next, we're going to see what's going on inside the box. All right, guys, have a look at this. Look at all these parts and pieces. And the great news about all these parts and pieces is it looks like the assembly goes together fairly easy. Look at those struts right there. Those are snap in to support the main wings. It looks like it breaks down well for transport, even if you've got a small car like I do. Very, very cool. The paint and the decal application has been done very well, performed very well, especially compared to a lot of other planes I reviewed somewhat recently, and that is awesome. I cannot wait to put this thing together, and the next thing that you see will be this plane fully assembled. Wow, you guys, this thing is huge, and overall the assembly was not that difficult. There were a couple pinch points, if you will, but nothing that someone that should be capable of flying this is not going to be able to handle. Really the only thing that I would call a con as far as the assembly goes is getting these plastic struts right in there assembled, but even that's really not that big of a deal. As long as you're patient, you don't force it, it will make it so you can do all the fun stuff that you want to do with this plane, which is the reason why you probably bought it. And that is awesome. All right, while we are doing a quick scan here, let's see if I can, oh yeah, one-handed, kids. All right, so this thing, one of the big pros is that this thing only requires a 4-channel receiver, so there's some cost savings there. Huge battery bay. And I'm not going to fly with this battery. I plan to fly with a 5000 Smart Pack, but we've got a removable tray in there for the battery. In fact, let's just do that. There you go. And then you just push it until it snaps back in. There's an audible snap. And there you go. All right, when we come back, I'm going to show you the control surfaces, and we're going to let this prop rip. I'm hoping this angle will give you guys an appreciation for just how large this plane is. The control surfaces are significant. And I do have 100% rates going on here. I have not added dual rates yet. I will take a closer look at that before I do the maiden flight. Right now, we're just assembling and unboxing and evaluating, so to speak. And wow, that looks awesome. I'm going to switch to another angle, and then we're going to prop this thing up. We're going to rev the motor, so to speak, and that is all coming up next. This plane is so big that it took me a second to figure out how I wanted to do this, and one thing I do know is I'm not going to turn up the throttle that much because this is 6S power, and I'm holding on by kind of the corner of the wing. Maybe I should get a little closer. Yeah, maybe that'll be a little bit better. Still, this thing has so much power, and this is a very confined space. So here we go. Wow, that is half throttle, guys. Let's do that again. Wow. Now we're going to wrap things up with our pros and cons on this beautiful FMS Pitts. As far as the pros go, this thing is huge. It is huge, and it's got excellent paint and decal application. I did not see any flaws at all, which is awesome. That's normally not the case. This has 6S Pitts power, fantastic. It can also break down for transport with a little effort. That's what I'm going to be doing after we shoot this video. And once the weather breaks, we're going to break this thing down and I'm going to transport it and assemble it at the field. And I'm not that worried about it, to be honest. It should be fairly easy to do. Fit in my little car and tear things up in the sky. That's going to be awesome. Also has highly detailed panel lines and rivets. That is really cool. For a foam airplane at this price point to have that kind of detail, that is awesome. Once it's assembled, it is structurally sound. It is like a tank. That is awesome. Another big pro is that it only needs a 4-channel receiver, so that can definitely save you some money. And this overall package really is cost effective for what you get. So that's 1-2 as far as the cost savings and the value play is. And check the links in the description, guys. Support the channel if you can. As far as the cons go, the screws could have been labeled a little bit better for quicker and easier assembly. Wasn't terribly confusing, but that would have helped. So FMS, if you're watching this, consider that in the future batches. And the horizontal stab plastic struts were not the most fun to get in. I didn't want to apply too much pressure and break them, but the good news is that structure is actually very strong and it'll make it so you can do lots of fun stuff. So that is awesome. So really neither one of the cons are that significant, but I always try to add some sort of con during these unboxings. With all that being said, like, comment, and subscribe. Visit GBLynden.com, click on the links in the description, and GBLynden out.